Hey, Pete Bachelor here with Mashable. I hold in my hand the BlackBerry Z10. This is the first BlackBerry 10 smartphone. This is the operating system that is going to take RIM into the next decade. It's a totally cutting edge smartphone OS, and it does some pretty cool tricks that you won't find on the iPhone 5 or an Android phone. For example, you turn it on by sliding upwards, and it sort of has this curtain rising thing that it does, and slide all the way up and it comes on. Typical app array, but one thing you won't find in this app array is email, because what BlackBerry 10 does is it consolidates all your messaging and puts them all in one stream called the hub. It's a big long list of all your stuff. A little bit chaotic maybe, but one swipe and you can see any individual account, and you can actually configure it to show only certain accounts. So you don't, say, clog your inbox. You may notice there is no home button on this phone. You actually just slide up, and then you can slide across to all your apps. This first screen back here is actually all your apps that are running on the phone right now. You can only keep about 8 of these apps running at any one time, but it does multitask probably better than any other phone I've seen. The camera, while it sort of seems like just a regular camera like any smartphones, has an amazing time shift feature. Matt here has his eyes closed, so we're going to tap on his face. And we're going to, there we go, eyes open. And looking good, Matt. Go to Neha here, she's looking really, really goofy. I want a more serious moment. Slightly more serious. There! Nice and happy. Magically transformed into something awesome. The keyboard does some pretty cool stuff. So basically here I am in a message. I'm going to reply, and I'm going to start typing. You'll notice the keyboard looks a lot like a physical BlackBerry keyboard. And you can see these little words appearing above the keyboard as I'm typing. All you have to do is swipe up, and the word just gets fully typed. It's an interesting take on the text predicting type of typing that you see on an iPhone or an Android phone. Is it faster? I can't really say. It's going to take a lot more getting used to. I can definitely say that, because you're constantly pausing and looking at the words as you're typing them. But the more you sort of type certain phrases, the more it gets to know you and gets better at predicting, or so RIM says. So without the home button, and with all these gestures, swiping left and right, and not having an email app, this phone is a little perplexing to use at first. It's going to need a kind of a tutorial. Someone's going to need to show you to check it out. But once you get going, it's actually quite easy, and you start to really appreciate what this phone can do. One thing that is a big limitation, however, is apps. Will developers populate this platform with apps? We don't know yet. It might depend on the consumer response and whether people are interested in this phone, and the things like that time shifting feature really catch on. But it does have a lot of support from carriers, at least. It's going to be on all 4 major carriers in the US at start. So we'll see if it has the goods to keep on going. That's BlackBerry 10 in a nutshell. Pete Bachelor here with Mashable.